South Africans are beautiful people. South Africans are peaceful people. South African are welcoming people. Regardless of whether you grape their children or you grape their wives or you unalive their children, they will welcome you into their home, accept you as their own. They will give you citizenship, allow you to vote. They will give you a voice. Even if you are undocumented and illegal, they will allow you to use their facilities and they will not judge. I'm your boy Uncle P, like I always say, and welcome to another episode of Uncle P's podcast. Because this one here, if it doesn't piss you off and annoy you, I don't know what else will.
The best way to deal with Operation Dudula, the Patriotic Alliance, and that march and march nonsense.
Oh, no. We will definitely answer you guys. I'm going to send him a DM and invite him for a live debate. Let's see if he takes it. Guys, when I tell you these people are criminals and they're destroying this country, and this is the nonsense that these people are defending. They say that they are not the problem, right? They say that Zimbabweans, Malawians, undocumented foreigners are not the problem. Okay.
I thought this was a minor story, but it has turned into something else. If you've been watching the news throughout the day, there's been an accident in Limpopo.
The smallest content creator now realizes that supporting foreigners will boost my accounts.
There's something that we do as South Africans that I find to be very concerning.
South Africans are beautiful people. South Africans are peaceful people. South African are welcoming people. Regardless of whether you grape their children or you grape their wives or you unalive their children, they will welcome you into their home, accept you as their own. They will give you citizenship, allow you to vote. They will give you a voice. Even if you are undocumented and illegal, they will allow you to use their facilities and they will not judge you. That is the nature of a South African because they carry Ubuntu. I'm your boy Uncle P, and welcome to another episode of Uncle P's podcast. Is that the intro that you South Africans prefer? And when I'm saying South Africans, I'm talking about those idiots that decided to go report my video on TikTok that got banned. Yes, guys, these were South Africans, not foreigners. These were ignorant South Africans that only, listen to this, watched 57 seconds of the video, an average of 2.63%. This video had 30,000 plus views, and they reported it, not knowing the message that was there was extremely strong. Well, the video is still here on YouTube. You guys can watch it. But on TikTok is gone. I don't care much for TikTok because I don't get paid. That is initially why I was never posting my videos on TikTok. Because people on TikTok want 5-second videos. Their attention span is not broad enough. TikTok has become like Twitter, extremely toxic. But guys, South Africans, you need to understand, if you need change in this country, you need to start becoming more educated in the way you are behaving. You are behaving like 30%ers. You are fighting people that are fighting for you. And you are turning against each other. Foreigners are laughing. If you were on my live stream yesterday, and you heard what was being said on that live stream, South Africans, defending Zimbabweans and Nigerians will end you finished in your country. I do not speak just out of my ass like I always say, and I always bring evidence. And Mr. Potato Head has started talking. And today, I'm going to show Mr. Potato Head how naive and stupid he really is. And every other South African that supports foreigners, and every Jolofina that dates a Nigerian, or anyone who is dating these nationalities that are a problem in your country. And to every foreigner that is out there that knows me, that consistently talks to me in public and thinks that South Africa will not stand because they are so divided, I promise you, their unity will soon be a reality. I am truly annoyed at seeing content of South Africans praising foreigners. And I hope that this video trends just like the previous video and the message is loud, because I always knew something was up. I had already shot this video, I had already edited it, I had already posted it. As I was about, it's literally midnight now. I was about to go to bed, And I just did a little scroll and I came across this video. And it solidified what I was saying. Instead of making a second video, because I'm a content creator, I want to make money. Because you guys are accusing that, oh, he's only doing this for money. He's unemployed. Is this money? This is not money. One video takes over 4 hours to 6 hours, from researching to recording to editing to posting. And then I have to interact with every single person. I interact with every comment. For that kind of money, I was making way more before I became a content creator. But this was not about becoming a content creator. This was about taking the message out to the people so the people can hear the message. I'm your boy Uncle P, like I always say, and welcome to another episode of Uncle P's podcast. Because this one here, if it doesn't piss you off and annoy you, I don't know what else will.
The best way to deal with Operation Dudula, the Patriotic Alliance, and that March and March nonsense is to simply ignore them. Argue.
He calls them nonsense. This is a South African. He calls them nonsense. Let's continue.
Arguing with them is a waste of time. These people just want attention. And every time you argue with them, you give them exactly that. If this government wasn't corrupt, if resources weren't being mismanaged, and if hospitals were functioning properly, nobody would care about undocumented immigrants using our public health care.
If the government wasn't corrupt, resources were used correctly, nobody would care about undocumented immigrants. So, let me ask you a question, Mr. Potato Head. The UK, the United States, and every other country that is complaining about immigration, and they're not even complaining about illegal immigration, they're complaining about immigration in general. They are all assuming all the problems that they're facing. They are all lazy. Or is it just South Africans that are lazy?
The outrage only exists because the system is falling apart and people need someone to blame. Foreigners are the easiest target. Our hospitals are not collapsing because of immigrants.
Our hospitals are not collapsing because of immigrants. I want you guys to remember that statement.
They are collapsing because of corruption, theft, and mismanagement.
They are collapsing because of corruption, theft, and mismanagement. I want you guys to remember these words.
By the people you keep voting for. So the next...
By the people you keep voting for. I'm assuming which is the ANC. I wonder which party he supports. I'm assuming it's the DA. Let's keep listening.
Time someone starts complaining about foreigners, don't argue with them. Change the subject. Ask them how much money was stolen from their municipality this year. Ask them why they don't have clean water. Ask them why they don't have a job. Watch how quiet they get.
No, we're not going to get quiet. I'm going to answer you. 2 billion was stolen. You know why it was stolen? Because the clinic was supposed to cater for a certain amount of people. But unfortunately, it's catering for more people than it was supposed to. Undocumented foreigners. Therefore, it is easy for the government to steal. Why? Because they can claim that they are catering for 1 million people at the Tembisa hospital, while the reality, they might be catering for 100,000. But the truth, they were supposed to be catering for 10,000. These are just figures, they are not real. I'm giving you an example. Please, I know how quickly you guys can lose your senses in the comment section. So, when the government was supposed to be catering for 10,000 people, but instead, they're catering for 100,000 people. They see an opportunity to make it look like they're catering for 1 million people because, hey, who will know? Because these people are illegal anyways. Why do we not have clean water? Well, let's talk about hijacked buildings. Let's talk about the illegal immigrants that are utilizing the resources of South Africa, which includes water and electricity, therefore putting pressure on the system of South Africa because the water and the electricity was supposed to be supplied to a specific number of people. But now it's catering to 65 million people instead of what? Maybe 40, 45 million South Africans? But you wouldn't think like this because you are educated, right, Mr. Potato Head? Oh, no. We will definitely answer you guys. I'm going to send him a DM and invite him for a live debate. Let's see if he takes it.
If these people had jobs, they wouldn't be standing outside hospitals and clinics all day checking.
If these people had jobs, they wouldn't stand outside clinics and hospitals all day. You are totally right. And you know why they don't have jobs? Because foreigners will accept their butthole opened up wide for a peanut, for a meal. Because in their countries, they have no hope, no direction. But South Africans, they have dreams, they have hopes that can still come true because their country is stable and organized. But the dysfunction of their country is occurring because of illegal foreigners and undocumented foreigners. Yet, you claim, no, it's not the foreigners, it's the government. The government functions on the people's money, on taxpayers' money. So, if the South African taxpayers are paying their tax and they are not gaining their services, rather the undocumented ones are the ones who are taking the services, should they not complain? If South Africa has 30 million taxpayers to cater to, let's say, 45 million South Africans, but instead that tax is catering for 65 million people, that includes what, 30 million plus foreigners, according to some stats we found that there might actually be more.
The leader of the union, AMCU, has made a shocking revelation that there are more than 27 million foreign nationals currently living in South Africa. He warns that this massive influx is the key reason why so many South Africans are unable to find jobs. According to him, the ANC leaders such as Cyril Ramaphosa and Thabo Mbeki have deep business interests across Africa, which explains the silence on the matter. Instead of addressing the crisis, they label South Africans as xenophobic for opposing illegal immigration.
You can't talk anything about foreign illegals in this country. There isn't a for the financial interest all over Africa. They run their businesses. Hence they cannot shout and say, hey, you are an illegal Congolese. Hey, we are illegal Malawian. Hey, we are illegal so and so. No, you cannot say that. Because my interests are okay. Now what you say? What are you talking about? So, we must lose our sovereignty as a country just because of his financial interest. You can't have a country that has got 27 million foreigners. And you don't know who's documented, who's not documented.
The problem is you refuse to think further. You refuse to expand your mind to see the reality the way it is. But it's okay. I understand. You're probably a paid agent. Let's keep going.
People's IDs. Even the president is ignoring them.
We've been matching, but nothing. There's no positive result. I mean, the last resort was when we marched to union buildings to the president of this country.
The one who says we are
vigilantes.
Yeah.
They just take the paper, they sign, and they go. Probably by last, I must to come because they don't even respond.
This is the same guy that says that the corruption is from the people that you are voting. But at the same time, he applauds the president for calling Operation Dudula vigilantes. So which one is which? Talk to us, brother. Which one is which? What are you exactly saying? You see, the problem with sometimes being a clever black and speaking too much English. Start talking nonsense. But the problem with these people, their oomph, their energy, their power is coming from the fact that their content is exploding and trending because foreigners are entertaining them. You see, guys, this is my following on YouTube. This is my following on TikTok. You see, when you speak the truth, the problem with South Africans, you guys are too lazy, and I'm going to say it, to click on subscribe, to click on follow. You are too proudful for some odd reason to make content that is good, that is powerful, trend, but you prefer to make toxic content trend. I always like using Slick Talk as an example. Slick Talk makes 2-3 minute videos of toxicity. This is his channel, and this is how many subscribers he has. For the first time, I saw Slick Talk put a 10-minute video, and I was even shocked. But it was all gossip. But look at the views he gets for the nonsense he speaks. But when the truth, when things that will change you, when things that will grow you is spoken, but toxicity, and that is the reality. And this is the reason why you see foreigners are laughing at South Africans. They are not taking South Africans serious. But he has more to say. Let's listen.
We should do the same. Illegal immigration is not our priority at the moment. If we had a list of South Africa's biggest problems, illegal immigration wouldn't even crack the top 10. Not when we have gender-based violence, youth unemployment, corruption, poor education, and water shortages.
So, gender-based violence. If people were educated and were busy with education, were busy with sports, the way we were back in the days where schools had sport and we were all busy, where was gender-based violence? Now people are suffering, they are focusing on drinking, they are poor, they are angry. Gender violence has increased. We shouldn't blame it on foreigners. And everything else that he mentions, that he claims that is a greater problem. Is it not because the country is influxed with foreigners? Do you really think if South Africa was only South Africans, they would be having these issues? They never had these issues before. The issues they had was apartheid. And when apartheid was dealt with, South Africa was a beautiful, peaceful country. Until we, foreigners, started coming here and doing our nonsense. But okay, tell us how great we are as foreigners, especially when we are undocumented.
To all the undocumented immigrants watching this, I'm really sorry. What you're going through is cruel. You're not the reason this country is falling apart.
He just apologized to undocumented foreigners. He didn't even apologize just to foreigners, undocumented ones. Okay, Mr. Potato Head, we see which direction you're going.
You're just a convenient scapegoat. However, when it comes to accessing healthcare, the law is on your side, not theirs. Public healthcare in South Africa is a human right. It's not a privilege reserved for citizens only. You are still allowed to use our public hospitals and clinics. These people who are standing outside checking IDs are breaking the law. What they're doing...
You know, guys, one thing about talking shit, it will eventually catch up with you. This guy has realized in order for him to grow his page, 179.4k followers, in order for his videos to get the views they get, this is what he needs to say. Otherwise, nobody's listening to him. It's the same with me. Guys, whether is Khulani the Tonga Prince or anybody else, people go after trending topics. That's why you see some YouTubers, some content creators are quiet when nothing is trending. They have no videos to put out there, because imagine having a channel of 30,000, 20,000, 50,000 subscribers and getting 500, 1,000 views. That shit hurts. And they can't take it. So they go for trending topics. Forgetting that there's a reality and a truth that is happening in this country that we need to defend. So we all know the story of the bus accident, correct? I was watching that issue and I saw this video and something didn't look right.
Has happened. We are told that this is quite a problematic stretch in this province.
For those of you who do not know, and I know this, I'm actually going to grab my phone here and I'm going to go to a specific message because this individual actually consumes this. And I was advising them on it and telling them to please stop. I was begging them to stop. This is a cough syrup, what you are seeing here. It's got, I believe, 94% of alcohol. And I don't know if I want to say teens or Ama2Ks, but people mix this with cool drink in order for them to get a high out of this. But this is medication that was found in that bus that 46 people were unalived. Zimbabweans and Malawians. Guys, when I tell you these people are criminals and they're destroying this country, and this is the nonsense that these people are defending. They say that they are not a problem, right? They say that Zimbabweans, Malawians, undocumented foreigners are not a problem. Okay.
I thought this was a minor story, but it has turned into something else. If you've been watching the news throughout the day, there's been an accident in Limpopo. Apparently, there's a bus that was from Gqeberha going to Zimbabwe and then going to Malawi. So on the bus, there was an accident and 40 people lost their lives. But something else is, apparently they found boxes and boxes of ARVs in the bus. So this is very weird. The bus is now...
As you guys see, the video I showed you previously, it was cough mix. It was other medication. Now, even ARVs. Do you remember Los Taban? Barking. You people are fighting for free medication as if you cook it in your own goddamn... You see, when you get your butthole manhandled, when you do things you're not supposed to do, your brain cannot have sense. This is the problem with these people. They are doing nonsensical things and then they expect their mouth to speak in sense. You get shit up, your shit will come out.
Under investigation. IOL News reports authorities have launched a full-scale investigation after boxes of ARVs, drugs, and other prescription medications were discovered amongst the wreckage of the cross-border bus that crashed on the N1 near Makhado, unaliving at least 42 people. The long-distance bus, which was traveling from Gqeberha in the Eastern Cape to Harare, Zimbabwe, via...
Yeah? So, for undocumented foreigners are not a problem?
Nobody would care about undocumented immigrants using our public health care. The outrage only exists because the system is falling apart and people need someone to blame. Foreigners are the easiest target. Our hospitals are not collapsing because of immigrants. They are collapsing because of corruption, theft, and mismanagement by the people you keep voting for.
They are not the ones causing problems in the clinics. So when all this medication they have taken, which was taken for free, who needs to replace it? Is it not us, the taxpayers? Yes, I'm a taxpayer. Is it not us, the taxpayers? Is it not South Africans that need to replace that medication? And how do we replace that medication? By paying our tax, by the government then using that money to buy that medication. So the government, so if these people stole 100,000 worth of medication, the government can just lie that they stole 2 billion. How will we know? Unless they are undocumented. But you can't think like that because you are a clever black. And this is the problem we have in South Africa. Clever blacks are backing too much and it's a problem. But I've realized that they are not backing because they actually believe what they are saying. They are backing because they are unemployed, like he said. Yes, and they've realized that South Africans don't support their own content creators. That's why you see SABC is falling apart. That's why you see every show, everything that is happening in South Africa is falling apart. Because go to TikTok, go everywhere. If you don't find a South African trending with Nigerian music or outside content, nobody is focusing on South Africa. Oh, watch a South African put out something and foreigners come in the comment section. Watch a foreigner dance a South African song or a Mulungu dance. Oh, when your name is Sipo, when your name is Lerato, you are out there supporting foreigners left and right and center. They will never do the same for you. The smallest content creator now realizes that supporting foreigners will boost my accounts.
There's something that we do as South Africans that I find to be very concerning, and that is how willing how we are always willing and ready to bully people on social media. I see it a lot with international visitors where people say, "Uhamba nini?" That's rude, guys. That's rude. When people come to the country, you can't just assume that they won't leave. And even if they don't leave, some of them have good reasons not to leave. Some
of them have good reasons not to leave. Baby girl, you should be worried about your hairline and not worried about things that you clearly don't understand about. And guys, if you go to this girl's account, you don't have to go, I will help you. This video that she put got 2,959 likes, 886 comments, 126 people bookmarked this video, 15 people shared this video. Although it's not too much, but literally on the very same video, over, give me a second, I lost my, there we go. The very same video, 38.2k people watched this video. 38.2k people watched this video, and she only has 197 followers. I post whatever comes to my mind. So shit comes to your mind and you post it. South Africans, you need to start respecting each other and stop insulting each other. I promise you, foreigners will not hold your hand tomorrow when they take over your country. They hate each other and themselves. Nigerians are unaliving each other because of their beliefs, Muslims and Christians. Well, technically, it's the Muslims unaliving the Christians. They are divided culturally, the Igbos and the what not. And they are bringing that nonsense into your country. But no, South Africans are the problem. Let's speak against South Africa because South Africans are the problem. And yes, South Africans, you are a problem. You know why you're a problem? Because you refuse to unite. You refuse to support the people that support you. There is Operation Dudula. There's March and March. How many of you have become members? You need to understand, you can call March and Operation Dudula small, but you need to remember the ANC is not big. Because the ANC functions on your money, your tax money. If you stop paying, the ANC is broke. So if Operation Dudula, March for March, Action SA, PA, any of them go into power, they have money because it's our money. Now I'll ask you once more, South Africa. Are you going to unite, or you are going to continue to allow foreigners to divide you in the name of brothers and sisters? Your brothers and sisters, they were analyzed, and I promise you, this is God's work. I don't care what anybody says. This is justice, God's work to show. They were leaving, going to their country, and so God should have just let them go, and they're leaving. But we know they were going to come back. They were leaving because they had stolen products that they were going back to sell to their countries. They were going to come back and steal more and then go again. But this time, the South African ancestors decided, now instead of learning a lesson and realizing what your ancestors are showing you, these Masipas are making this type of videos. I dare this potato head, you know, this lady with 100 and something, useless. She won't get anywhere. Guys, foreigners are getting ready to defend themselves because they know something is coming. The reality is whatever is coming can't come in a small number. It has to come in a large number. The whole of South Africa needs to stand together. Foreigners, if you are legal, law-abiding, you have kids in this country and you're living a peaceful life, working a good job or hustling properly and nothing, I'm telling you right now, your illegal brothers and sisters who are scamming, stealing and doing nonsense, it's time for you to start exposing them. Call the police on them. Because I promise you, the anger that we have created in this country against us, if you like the truth, this is the place you need to be. I'm your boy Uncle P. Like I always say, I shall see you guys in the next one. Cheers.
Even ANC heavyweight Gwede Mantashe has openly admitted that foreign nationals are taking low-end, low-skills jobs, positions that should be available to local citizens. He further highlighted how many businesses exploit foreigners as cheap labor, undermining fair wages and working conditions.
And then we must also respond to the outcry of our people that our jobs are being taken by foreign nationals. It's a cry. It is not getting the right interpretation. The reality of the matter is, it is the bottom end of the labor market that needs our attention. For example, we support the visa regime as envisaged to attract skills, and investment into the economy. We support that fully. But we say it should be complemented by us paying attention to the fact that at the lower end of the market, we are not paying attention. And that is where the employment crisis is. In other words, we make the point that it is not xenophobic to say, please protect sectors that do not want complicated skills. That will be your hospitality. It will be your hospitality, it will be your farm work, it will be your construction. And I'm sure people who took time to monitor the George crisis and disaster, you will know that it exposed our laxity in dealing with construction sector as a sector. And the attractiveness of employers is that those sectors, it's easy to invite anybody at substandard wage rates. And it is this government that has a responsibility to deal with that issue and monitor it. Now, every time I go to a restaurant, I won't mention the names because I normally say it's upmarket when it is not in the upmarket. That is the legacy of being a rural boy. But you go to a restaurant, I hardly get served by a South African. We can't accept that.
Many of these migrants arrive in South Africa with nothing, yet manage to establish large, profitable churches, secure employment, purchase land, buy cars, and build houses. Meanwhile, millions of South Africans remain jobless, landless, and trapped in poverty, watching their opportunities disappear while their government turns a blind eye.
10 August 2025, 10 August chat. 10 August.